Have you ever made a square wreath? Well, today we are going to use this gorgeous sign. We're going to use the Cruffle method and use it on a square wreath base. It's going to be beautiful. And the best part about it is this type of sign can match you through many seasons because you can put it out in spring, summer, even fall. Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. My co-host today is my sweet Simba and we are ready to get started on our wreath. Here are the supplies we're going to use for this wreath, starting with 2 rolls of Deco mesh. Both of these are 10 inches in width and 10 yards in length. For ribbon, I'm using this gorgeous sage green and this striped ribbon. They're both 1.5 inches in width and wired on the sides. The sign that I'm using is almost 18 inches in width and 12 inches in height. To attach it, I'm going to use some floral wire, a square metal wreath base. This one is 14 inches side to side and it has 3 rows. For decor, I'm going to be using some cotton buds. You can either buy them in a pick like this or DollarTree has them separately in a little baggie. And for our pipe cleaners, we are going to need a total of 28. To attach our pipe cleaners, we're going to use a few tricks to make sure that our wreath doesn't look round but looks square. We're going to start by making sure that the corners are nice and solid and they're not going to move. So this is going to be the hardest part of the wreath, I promise. But if you just bear with me, it's not that bad. All right, my friends. We're going to go on the inner row corner, on that first row in the corner. All we're going to do is go ahead and twist the pipe cleaner once. That's it. We can do that, right? The next thing we're going to do is attach it to the second row. Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to take one side and go underneath row 2, pull it out. Just like this, just pull it out straight. We're going to do the same thing with this side. Just go underneath that second row. I'm going from outside in. You can go from inside out. That's all right. And we're just going to twist it up. Now we have a little V. We're going to take both of these sides and twist them together. Now you have a solid base. This is going nowhere. Look at this. I am pulling on it. It's going nowhere, which means that when you attach some deco mesh to this or ribbon bundles, they are staying in this corner, not going left, not going right. There's no sliding here. Let's do another one. Attach a pipe cleaner to the first row corner, 1 twist. With 1, we're going to go underneath row 2 and just pull it out. Second side, underneath row 2 and pull it out. Bring these 2 together and twist in the center. 2 twists and there you go. Another solid connection. All 4 corners are done. Now I'm going to go on every intersection and attach a pipe cleaner, 2 per side, for a total of 8. All the intersection pipe cleaners are on and now it's time to finish this baby up. For our last step, we're going to put 2 pipe cleaners on these middle sections right here and 2 more pipe cleaners on the corner. So 1 on one side and 1 on the other side of our corner. To make sure that the pipe cleaners are not wobbly, I like to attach them to both rows 1 and 2. But since we need that in the center, I am going to twist it on row 2. So 2 twists here and out. All 28 pipe cleaners are on, and no matter what method you use, whether you use my 3-step method or you just go simpler and take this last method and attach to rows 1 and 2 going all the way around. When you attach that 10-inch Cruffle to your wreath base, it's going to be nice, tight, and full. So with that said, let's get started on our deco mesh. Before we can start cutting our deco mesh, let's do a little math. Our deco mesh rolls are 10 yards in length, which is 360 inches. I know I want 14 pieces from each roll. Divide that by 14. That's going to give us 25.7 inches. The reason I do this is, yes, I could have told you cut it into 22 inches, 24 inches, but I want to make sure I use up my whole roll, and I'm going to have a nice, beautiful full wreath at the end of the day. We're cutting at 25.5 inches. I am using one of my absolute favorite rotary cutter. This little baby comes in different colors. It's affordable. I have been using this one definitely over a year and a half, possibly even 2. I absolutely love it, and I always have a list of all the supplies that I'm going to use and where I purchased them in the description box below. Here we go, 25.5 inches. A beautiful, nice cut. I never use a wood burning tool on a burlap type of decommage because it doesn't work. A rotary cutter is definitely a way to go when you're using this type of decommage. As I said, 14 pieces at 25.5 inches per roll for a total, of course, of 28 pieces of decommage. Now it's time to cut our ribbon. I'm going to be cutting it into 12-inch strips. When you get your 14 pieces, we're going to cut dovetails. So just fold the ends in half on both sides, cut out a little triangle, and make sure that you're cutting the area that goes over. That way you have a clean, beautiful tail. Same thing with our stripe ribbon. We're going to cut it at 12 inches and we're going to need 14. Zigzag up. When I do get to 14 pieces, I'm going to cut dovetails on this ribbon also. Fold in half and of course cut out a little triangle for a beautiful, beautiful dovetail. I have 28 pieces of decommage ready, 14 of the green and 14 of the stripe. I'm going to attach one ribbon to one piece of decommage and just go every other as I'm going around my wreath base. To make our cruffle, you will need a little clamp, or some people do it freehand, but it's just easier with a clamp, I feel like. For our piece of decommage, I always like to put it on my cutting mat right in the center, but in this case, we definitely see where the center of our decommage is. Our decommage is being rolled away from the table so that we can roll it in, and I'm going to do a few little curls, maybe 2, 3, clamp it, unroll that, and then roll a few curls from this side, 2 or 3, and then collect in the center. And you're going to have a beautiful, poofy little cruffle with the edges all taken care of and hidden. Now I'm going to grab a ribbon. If you want to do this freehand, you can just put your ribbon on your cutting mat, grab in the center. That easy. Just scrunch it up, put it right in the center of your cruffle and attach. I'm going to attach to the corner one, but as I said, you can start anywhere. And I'm going to do a few tight twists. Then I'm going to just lightly twist up about an inch and a half, unless you're adding something to the pipe cleaners. That's possible too. Clip that off, and then that little inch that's left, we're going to fold a little bit and fold back. Now we have a gorgeous cruffle. Next, let's do one with the green ribbon. A few curls to get us started. Clamp in the center, unroll. A few curls on the other side, and let's just bring this together. This is such a beautiful method. Some call this the Woodland Ruffle method. This method was actually developed or thought of by my friend from This Southern Girl Can. She's a very talented lady. All right, my friends, let's do 2 or 3 really tight twists so that piece of decommage stays in place. Then we're going to lightly curl up, cut off the excess at about 1.5 inches, curl back. I'm going to go around, start filling everything in, and I promise you this is going to be one gorgeous and full wreath. I am halfway done with the wreath. You can definitely see a square forming, but here's the thing. When you are attaching a decommage one next to the other going in a straight line, you can definitely see that there are spaces in between. There's a simple way to fix it. We're going to grab one of the bundles in the center and we're going to turn it. Going to turn it the other way. It's going to fill that in And look at that. You can't see anything, even though I just did one. So every so often, go ahead and grab one, turn it the other way. Now that that's taken care of, I'm going to finish up with the remaining bundles. All the ribbon bundles are attached. Now it's time to add the sign. You can decide whether you want the wreath in a diamond and have the sign in the center, or you want it straight and maybe like this, or maybe the sign a little up and have a bow right here. Definitely a great idea. I decided to do it as a diamond. Nice, simple, clean. That way this sign is not going to look overwhelming. It's actually going to look like it fits perfectly. The first thing I like to do is grab any ribbon we have and make sure that we pull it out. That way when we attach the sign, we can work it in. We can hide the places where we attach the sign, meaning where the little holes are. We can cover the floral wire with these ribbon pieces. So I always make sure that we have a clean surface to attach our sign. Now that that's done, let's grab the sign. When it comes to our floral wire, I'm cutting 4 pieces at 10 inches in length. I don't think I'm going to need more than that. Put the floral wire through, and I like to do 2 nice tight twists in the back. All the floral wire is here. Let's put it on the wreath. When I'm attaching the sign, I like about 2 inches from the top of the wreath to where it's sunk in. This way it becomes part of the wreath and it's not too much. When we flip the sign, we'll be able to make sure that there is something for the sign to sit on. And as you can see, we have plenty. We can even pull a little bit more out, but I think this wreath is full enough that we can just start attaching our floral wire to the wreath base. When attaching a rectangle, it's not as easy as it sounds. So you do want to make sure you attach your floral wire in the same sections. Here I'm doing it on the intersections and I'm doing 1 twist. That's all I'm doing. That way I can go back, make sure that it's centered and see if I need to pull it down a little bit, pull it up. No worries there. I always just pull up and do 1 twist with the floral wire. Now I can see if I can squish it in a little bit, if I need to pull on something, if it's holding its own. I feel like it's actually really good. It's sitting nicely, not too high, not too low, sunk into the wreath base. So I'm going to go ahead, go back, and then just twist my floral wires and attach them to our wreath base. Twist around just like this. I'm going to do that to all 4 sets. The sign nicely attached. Now I know I can take care of the back where my top is, and at the top I'm just going to attach a piece of jute cord. I'm attaching my jute cord on row 2 right inside the little V that we made with the pipe cleaners. That way I know it's not going to go anywhere. And of course, I'm going to measure about 1 inch from the end of the wreath base to do the knot, because I don't want the hanging loop to be higher, of course, than the wreath, so it's nice and hidden. Pull it from the center to the front, and we have our hanging loop right there. If you don't want to cover the back, you are all done, but I decided that I do want to cover the back, and I'm going to be using this beautiful ribbon that you can find at the Dollar Tree. This used to be one of my favorite ribbon to work with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 strips. I'm guessing they're going to be 16 inches because this wreath is 14 inches side to side. And I want to do about 1 inch on one side outside of the outer row and 1 inch on this side so that we can fold it over. And my 4th ribbon. Now I'm going to make sure my fingers are protected. You can buy these at the Dollar Tree, but if you don't have access to the Dollar Tree, I have a link for them in my Amazon shop, and I'll link them below. This ribbon is actually 2 inches, not even 2.5 inches. My main thing to cover is this inside because that's where I curl that wire. So I'm going to go in from the outer row just a little bit. There is nothing attached to the outer row, so I'm not too worried. And I'm I'm going to put a dollop of hot glue right on the 4th row and a little bit of hot glue on the inside. Fold that over. Once it's cool enough for me to move on, I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Continue attaching the rest of these ribbon pieces. So easy, and you're going to have a beautiful backing to your wreath, especially if you're gifting this or selling it. It's just really, really nice. The back is all done. Look how beautiful and clean this looks. Now we're going to go to the front. At this point, if you want to add anything, you can definitely do that. Maybe some vase fillers throughout, or maybe you have some cotton pods. I'm going to grab one of these little picks and I'm going to attach it right here so it looks like it's just laying down. Put it to the side. That way we're kind of taking the picture out of its frame just a little bit. Attach it to the actual sign with some floral wire. I could have done this before I attached the sign, but I wanted to see how the sign looked on the wreath itself before I did that. And I'm just taking one of the vines right here and attaching it to the hole in the corner. I'm going to do some twists and just twist the actual attachment to the back, and then grab another piece of floral wire and attach to the other side. Before I add this part, I am going to do one twist on top so that my floral wire is going to sit in place. Then I'm going to take the branch, twist it a few times, and twist it to the back. Now I have a little cotton pick sitting right here. How adorable. This part where I have the attachment, going to sneakily cover with my ribbon. And now it's time to just continue taking all that ribbon and laying it out beautifully on your wreath. The ribbon is all laid out and my wreath is ready to go on the door. I hope you enjoyed this wreath tutorial. For more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, Simba and I will see you in our next video. Bye, my friends. Simba, you want to say bye? Say bye. Mwah! It's a choco kitty. Bye, guys.